Hey guys, Josh Reese here again with another video. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and watching everything I do on, this is my channel. I just named it recently, Glorious Takes.
Glorious Takes!
Oh, beautiful. Here with Brad Gilmore again. Brad is our wrestling aficionado and expert. Brad today is going to give us the rundown on why the hell The Undertaker, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, is facing Roman Reigns, one of the most hated wrestlers of all time. Brad, you said you had a hot take.
I do.
Feel free to share this hot take.
Well, first off, I do want to say, Josh, I want to congratulate you on all these great videos.
Thank you, Brad.
I've been watching every single one of them. You know, your
you
Rockets
should.
analysis
As you should.
is on point. Glorious Takes. Glorious Takes.
Thank you.
Now, for me, we're talking about WrestleMania 33. We're talking about April the 2nd. We're talking about Orlando, Florida, the biggest WrestleMania in history. And The Undertaker has been a staple of WrestleMania. We all know that.
Yep.
Made his debut WrestleMania 7 against Jimmy Superfly Snuka, all the way up until 32 in Dallas against Shane O'Mac. Now we have Roman Reigns. Now, feel like we want about Roman Reigns. Some people like him. Some people hate him.
I feel like it's more than some people.
Some
I feel
people
like
hate
the
him?
vast majority of people are angrily against Roman Reigns.
And I can understand why. I mean, they think that Roman Reigns is being forced down their throats
Yes.
the same way John Cena was, even though John Cena is arguably the biggest star ever in wrestling. I understand all that. But for me, this is a good thing for Roman Reigns. This is the best thing for Roman Reigns. You want to get fans on your side, this is how you do it. Now, there's two ways to look at this match. You want to get fans on your side, Roman Reigns, the big dog. This is my yard now, Undertaker, right? He goes against Undertaker. They have an epic battle for the ages. Undertaker's best WrestleMania match, sans Shawn Michaels, right? Roman Reigns can have it. And for real quick, all the fans out there who think Roman Reigns isn't a good professional wrestler, you're out of your mind. Every time this guy's on pay-per-view, he has either the best match or one of the best matches of the night.
Before you finish your take, I will say the Roman Reigns matches that I enjoy the most are Roman Reigns matches where there's a stipulation or a no disqualification, where he's using a chair. He's more he feels
Aggressive.
more of like a
Legit.
brawler. He doesn't really like John Cena. Really great guy. He can really put on beautiful stories inside the ring. He can really wrestle. But it seems that Roman Reigns is more of a I want to punch and I really want to punch you in the face type of guy.
He's got the same kind of thing that Goldberg has, right? Where you don't want to really technically go out there and just see Goldberg know how to do a Hasai moonsault. You just want him to go in there, spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. That's all I want to see Goldberg do, by the way. But anyway, so yeah, I see what you're saying. When there's the stipulations, maybe more aggression comes out.
Yeah.
More of I'm just going to beat you up. I'm not going to wrestle you. So say they go out there, they have one of those kind of matches. Brawl, punches, outside the ring, chair, table, whatever, right? And then he loses. He looks at Roman does, looking up at the lights. Maybe, just maybe, on the biggest stage of them all, Roman Reigns taking a massive L to one of the biggest legends in the industry, maybe that wins him some goodwill with the fans. Okay. And then the fans finally say, you know what, Roman Reigns, he actually, the company's doing this the right way. He took the L at WrestleMania.
He put the Undertaker over.
He put Taker over. Now, the other way, though, you can look at it is if he wins.
Yeah.
If he wins.
Now, this is what people are afraid of, Roman Reigns winning.
And I don't see it out of the realm of possibility. I don't think he's going to win. Now, I have a friend who says Roman Reigns is going to win. He's going to go on to defeat Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam for the Universal title.
Not out of the realm of possibility, but it's frightening.
Not out of the realm of possibility. Would I personally like to see it? No. Yeah. I don't think, and I don't think the story's going that way. Something, and I could be completely wrong, but something in me is telling me the story's not going that way. I think Roman Reigns is going to lose. I think Undertaker can only retire with one loss at WrestleMania. I say he should retire with no losses, but I think he can only retire one loss at WrestleMania, because now beating the Undertaker a second time doesn't have the same impact that it did when Brock Lesnar beat him at WrestleMania 30. It's going to feel a little different.
Yeah, then you start to feel that more like I'm kind of sorry for the Undertaker. Like he keeps on losing.
Yeah.
While he hasn't really lost of late, but it's not really like he's had great matches of late. He had the one against Bray Wyatt a couple years back. That wasn't really that great of a match.
It wasn't memorable.
Yeah, like
Shane O'Mac was memorable.
Memorable because of one spot, I would argue.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people.
Well, I mean, what do you remember about the Hell in a Cell match with Mankind and the Undertaker? You remember the one spot, or maybe the two biggest spots.
I agree, but I felt that was a little. No, that was more of a brawl.
Yeah,
that's what Roman Reigns should be in. That's the type of match.
That one started off hot. But anyway,
Yes.
continue.
But I feel like the perfect way to end the Undertaker's career, because it is going to end eventually, was with the loss against Brock Lesnar, not against the loss with Roman Reigns.
Correct.
And I think that's what people are afraid of now, is that this might be the last Undertaker match, and oh my God, Roman Reigns is going to end the career of the Undertaker? No!
Yeah. Undertaker's going to keep coming back as long as he can, but I do think he will lose to go out. I don't know if he'll lose at WrestleMania to go out. You know, you would think that he would, but I don't think it's going to be against Roman Reigns. I could see him
not either.
You know what though? If this match was Undertaker versus Braun Strowman, like was rumored last year, could have been a match. I think that could be a great way to end it. Braun Strowman's fantastic. I love everything that he's doing. But as far as Roman Reigns goes, I think the best thing to do is leave him laying at the lights. But also, if he beats him, the fans will hate him even more. And without him having to change anything, he's over as a heel.
But he still doesn't do heel things.
It doesn't matter.
Everyone hates him.
Okay, but here's the thing. Technically, right now, Brock Lesnar's a heel.
Yeah.
What heel thing does he do?
Well, he's an asshole, I think.
Well, I mean, but that's just him in real life. But he was an a-hole when he was a babyface.
That's very true.
We liked him no matter what.
Yes.
You know. So sometimes in today's wrestling world, you don't have to do like the dastardly poke you in the eye or roll up the tights to be a heel.
Okay.
You can just be a heel. You know, I mean, there are certain guys that are just looked at like that. And Roman Reigns, without having to change anything, he could still appeal to the children, right? He could still appeal to them. And then the crowd that already hates him will hate him even more. And you know what they will pay more to see? For him to get beat, for him to lose, for him to take an L.
That happens very few times in the WWE with Roman Reigns.
It does. But, you know, for good reason, though. I mean, this guy puts on great matches all the time. The guy looks the part.
You can say they're great.
Find a bad match on pay-per-view. Find a bad Roman Reigns match.
I was not a fan of Undertaker, of Roman Reigns versus Triple H at WrestleMania. I was not a big fan of that.
Let me tell you something. You might be right. I only saw the first 10 minutes of that match, and then we had to leave the building. I was at WrestleMania. I was in the building. Now, I will say I've never heard boos that loud for any babyface in the world. Not even John Cena got boos like that. But I'll concede the point on Triple H. But since then, his first pay-per-view match after that WrestleMania was against AJ Styles, and since that pay-per-view, whichever one that was, I don't know if it's Backlash or whatever it's called, after that, or Extreme Rules, after that pay-per-view, it's been nothing but just shining. He shines. So it makes sense to push him as a big star. It makes sense for him to win all the time because he's believable. He looks the part. His offense is awesome. And he's over whether you like it or not. I mean, if Roman Reigns came out there and you heard nothing, you heard pin drop.
Yeah.
Or you heard just a
If this was a cruiserweight match of some sort, yes.
But if you heard like a smattering of applause, then I say, okay, yeah, you know what? They're not really doing their job here. But when he comes out and he gets a massive reaction, whether that reaction is positive or negative, that guy gets a massive reaction. If you don't like Roman Reigns, wrestling fans, and you want him to go away forever, when he comes out, be quiet.
This is how you do it. But
that's how you do it.
You guys hate him, so you boo.
So you boo him. So that means they push him even more. They push him even more because he's getting the biggest reaction of the night. And if you notice something,
he is getting the biggest reaction of the night. I will say.
But also, if you notice something, it doesn't matter. He could be in Chicago, sans the Royal Rumble, but he could be in Chicago or Philadelphia, wherever that was. He could be in Chicago, Philadelphia, and he'll win that crowd over by the end of his match. By the end of the match, his cheers are bigger than his boos. By the end of the match, every night, go watch any Roman Reigns match. By the end of the night, at the end of the match, when he gets to 1, 2, 3, there are more cheers that he won than boos that he lost. Boos that he won.
I feel that there's a quiet, maybe not a quiet, but there's a level of respect for Roman Reigns. People hate him.
Yeah.
But there's a okay. Yeah.
You're like, this guy can go. This guy's a Samoan. I mean, it's in his blood. I think he's actually a second generation. His father was maybe third. I don't know, second or third generation athlete in the business, and those guys are always so good in the ring. And Roman, once he got his training wheels off, this guy's been full tilt, awesome to see in the ring. So, what do I think is going to happen at WrestleMania? I think Roman Reigns is going to lose to The Undertaker. What do I think should happen at WrestleMania? I think Roman Reigns should lose to The Undertaker.
Agree.
But
I won't fight you on that.
You never know.
Yes, they have been known to change things last minute.
Oh, it's wrestling.
That's right.
It changes up until the curtain. So I think that's one of the most interesting matches on the card. And it might be one that I'm looking forward to maybe the most. Surprisingly, another match I'm looking forward to is the John Cena Nikki Bella mixed tag with the Miz and Maurice.
Well, there's another point where I wanted to go real quick because I know we got other stuff we got to do, but
we're waiting on the 5-time champ.
Waiting on the 5-time champ. But I wanted to say the rumor before all these matches came down was that John Cena and The Undertaker was going to be the match.
Yeah.
John Cena was going to end The Undertaker's career.
I read that.
But now you're getting this mixed tag match instead, and now you're getting Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker. My thinking is maybe you have a different thought. Is that The Undertaker said at one point, I think this is going to be it. And then they go, okay, well, we're going to have John Cena, you're going to put John Cena over by losing to him. And that was fine. But then The Undertaker was like, I think I'm going to go a couple more years. And they go, you know what? We'll save that match, and we'll have you fight Roman Reigns instead.
That's plausible. I mean, could that have happened? Absolutely. I think Undertaker doesn't matter if he wins or loses. I don't think it bothers him either way. Undertaker's an old school guy, respects the business, been in it since the 80s, I think, late 80s, maybe early 90s. Been around WWE for 20 plus years. I mean, the guy's old school. He doesn't care if he wins or loses. I truly believe he doesn't care at this stage of his career.
Yeah.
Maybe in the early parts, but at this stage of his career. As far as John Cena versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania goes, it's a match that has to happen. It has to happen. John Cena is, whether you like it or not, the #1 professional wrestler ever. He's eclipsed Hulk Hogan. He's eclipsed Steve Austin. He's eclipsed The Rock, just in terms of his run and how long he's been on top.
Yeah.
And how much he means to the company. I mean, Austin on top was like 4 years. Rock on top was like 3 years.
John Cena's done it for damn near a decade.
John Cena's done it for over that. Since 02, maybe 05. I mean, he's done it for a long time on top and been such a draw. And it's proven. I mean, it's proven. If you put John Cena on a show, it sells more tickets 10 times out of 10. And he's the #1 merch mover, I think, of all time in that company. So it makes sense for John Cena, the biggest professional wrestler they've ever produced, going against the greatest character they've ever created in The Undertaker. Probably the most beloved character in the history of the business. So I think that's a WrestleMania. If Undertaker's going to go out losing to somebody at WrestleMania, I know I said Braun Strowman would be cool to put the new monster over, but I think John Cena would be a really cool WrestleMania match for the Taker. So, if we have only 2 more Manias, I say Braun and Cena.
That would be good.
And
so
there's
we're
the
out.
Booker Man.